Welcome to Caching Waves. Today we're looking at Cardano ADA. Today we're just looking at the longer term count, my primary analysis. For Cardano, we're using Binance since it has the highest volume, and my time frame is UTC -4 if you want the same time zone as me. And first of all, we'll show the daily count. This is my primary. I've got a 5-wave impulse coming off the March low in 2020, peaking out in September 2021. And I just wanted to show you the wave relationships. First of all, we're on log scale. As you can see here, we reached the 1.618. That's the extension of wave 1 off our wave 2. We hit pretty much to the T on log scale, which is perfect. On log scale, you can see we have a very bullish market. We hit just past the 236 between the 382 on both corrections. But if you do switch to linear scale and we zoom in, oh, sorry guys. If you switch to linear scale and we do zoom in this area, we'll go to linear. You can see we hit between the 50 and the 618. Which is what we would expect. And again, we'll switch back to log. Zoom in on this area for our wave 4. And you can see again, we had a very deep retracement on linear to almost the 618 for our wave 3. So this is how you can use both scales to kind of help you zone in to what's going on. You can see we followed all the rules and we're at the expected retracements as long as you know what to look for. And for our extension for wave 5, nothing really made sense measuring wise. It was shorter than the 618 from the 1 to the 3 off the 4, and the 1 to 1 was much higher on both. So another option you can do to see a potential target is to use the algo targets, which is the wave 3, and you want to target the -236 up above. If you see, if we switch to linear, almost to the T, as you see from here. And all I did to get that was extend from the 2 to the 3, so the length of the third wave. I use the retracement tool and I extend the 0.236. You can see we hit it to a T. So everything the way it should be. We have our completed impulse. Now coming off that, as you can see also we had a pitchfork on just to track. We used a modified shift in log scale. We came out to the upper warning line, came out, held below it, and then eventually broke out to the downside, just as expected. Okay, let's look at our sorry, just making sure everything's lined up here. Okay, first of all, we have ABC down. We go to the 4-hour to show you that a little bit better. First we had a leading diagonal, A wave. We came up to between the 382 and the 618, tagged right at the 50. You can see on linear scale, same spot pretty much. And then we came down for our C wave to complete our W. Again, we'll switch to linear, and you can see we hit right on target. We hit the 1.236 extension, wave A off the B straight to the 1.236, which is a common target for a wave C. From there we had our X wave up, and that leads us to where I believe we are now, which is in our second ABC, completing a WXY complex correction. And we'll switch back to log here on the daily. I just wanted to show you what's happening in our second ABC. So you had our A wave down, B wave up in a zigzag, and I believe we're working on an ending diagonal to complete for a couple of different reasons. If we go back to the daily here, you can see our 50 to 618 is right here. We haven't quite, well, we just nicked it here on the bottom of the third. I'll go into that in a second. But this is the area I'm looking at for a reversal, and this is the retracement of the entire 5 waves up. That's the 50 to 6.8 of that. Now getting even more closer in with our targets. Looking for the 1.236 to 138.2 of the W wave for our C wave, and all that is our W wave off of our X. Looking for the 1.236 to 138.2, and that's between 21.41 and 17.34. You can see we haven't quite ticked it. We did hit the 1-to-1 of this A wave to our proposed C, but unless this is done, the only way you can say that fits as completed at this bottom is if you say this is completed at that low, which I have a hard time seeing that way for a couple of different reasons. One, we have all these targets we haven't quite hit, and two, we didn't get an impulse off this low. This is not an impulsive move. Looks corrective off that low. So based on that last wave we got, I believe this is the current path we are on, which is we have a zigzag down for our A, our B wave up, 3 move, and we're looking for an ending diagonal to complete. These are our target areas, and then we get our reversal to either new highs or at least a very big correction to the upside. Now, my other targets here. So this is the 1.236 from the second A wave to the C wave in this area. You can see we ticked it, the 1-to-1, but the 236 is down here at 0.714, 1704, you can see right there. So that's another target. And our larger WXY targets are in the same region, as you can see. So this whole area here is a very interesting area. You can see we're also contracting for our ending diagonal. So what we're looking for is we have our 3 wave move. It's either a double or triple zigzag. You can see you can do it a couple different ways. The shape looks correct, which is the most important. Do A, B, C, A, B, C. We have our second 3 wave here. We have 3 wave move up, 3 wave move up, so it's contracting very nicely, and we'd expect our 3 wave move down to complete into this area before reversing. Looking at the trend line for either coming just below it, overthrowing or underthrowing it. And as for targets, let me get in a little closer here. As for targets on the 4 hour, I'm going to take the wave 1. Get that bang on. Move this guy. Oh, sorry. Move this guy down. settings, we want 618, 786, and 1. And we'll make that white so it's easy to see. This is hitting almost perfectly. We'll extend that out. So that's pretty much perfect. For our third wave, we hit the between the 618 and the 786. For a ending or leading diagonal, I look for the 786, 618 to the 786 for our third wave, and between the 786 to the 1 to 1 for our fifth wave. So you just tag the 1.618. You can also take the wave 3, extend off the fourth, and aim for a 0.618 if the third wave went 1.618. So we could even be looking for a double bottom. So we'll leave that as our another area of interest. We can go for a double bottom or just past in this area. So you can see how much confluence is in this zone and how many targets are right there. And also on linear, I took this off, but we hit a 1.61, sorry, a 618 of W to Y at this level on linear. So everything's screaming for buy in this area here. Still quite a ways away, as you can see. We're at 29 cents, still potentially a 50% drop. And as of now, right now, there doesn't seem to be a clear setup available where the risk reward is that great, because you're going to have to put your stop basically at this 4 or up at the 2 in case the correction gets bigger. And we can get any correction for wave 4 in a ending diagonal, as I'm sure you're aware. We need a simple zigzag down, but there's no reason why this can't come out further and hit our trend line, which is quite a ways away. So what I'm going to do is wait for a good setup, look for a good retracement, potentially on the first A wave, B wave retracement for our final fifth, and I will make sure to update you guys when I'm getting in. So if you want to take the short or be ready for the long, make sure to follow along the videos and subscribe, hit the notification button so you get it right away. I update pretty quickly when I'm about to enter a trade, so definitely worth doing. And that's all for now. Thanks for watching, guys.